What do you know? What do you do? What do you say, my YouTube viewers? Retro Pro Frank with part 7 of the Bartop arcade build here. Things are moving along nicely here. Guys, I got the computer in. Sorry, I did it off camera. Actually, I did it on camera. But for some reason, I was having some technical difficulties with my camera. It didn't save the footage. You guys can call me a liar or think whatever you want. I'm being dead serious here. I had about 40 or 50 minutes worth of footage, and I don't know if I forgot to press save or I don't know what the hell happened, but I lost it, and I'm really upset that you guys weren't able to see this footage. So anyway, so the front is the exact same as last time. Okay, let's move around to the back. Alright, so we're in the back of the unit here. Okay, now you guys can tell right off the bat, I've added a PC cooling fan here, cam lock here as well to keep everything nice and locked. Okay, now this is pretty much done. It really is. I added a PC cooling fan here with the air blowing in, and this is an LED PC cooling fan, so it's actually a blue LED. Okay, and I want to give a big shout out to my boy Cam, who hooked it up at True Vape there. Thanks a lot, Cam. He hooked me up with that fan, and he hooked me up with the fan up top. Okay, so I installed 2 fans. The fan on the bottom brings the cold air in, okay, and the top fan brings the brings the warm air out, because hot air rises, and the top of the cabinet is going to be a little bit warmer. I decided to put a fan blowing the air out this way. So we got a fresh stream of air circling within this box here, okay? Now let's open up this box here. Now we just got a cheap old cam lock, okay? Actually, it's not old, it's brand new, but just a $5 cam lock, okay? And let's open her up. Wow, a lot of stuff going on in here now, hey guys? Okay, so let's start with the fan. Okay, so there's one of the fans there. LED, 12 volt fan, okay, and then up top here we have the other fan there, okay. We also hooked up all the switches here, okay. All the switches are active, everything works, okay. So you can see how I brought the leads from the fan, kind of followed where the power cord's going, because I thought keep everything together. And you guys can see it comes along here, and I actually see there's a bit of an issue here. Okay, I wanted to run these 2 fans, okay, and I wanted to run the LED buttons off the PC power supply. But this PC power supply didn't have any extra Molex connectors or any extra 12 volt outputs, okay. So I figured, okay, let's go through the USB, because there's a lot of USB ports on this PC. So after doing some research, I found out that you know, all you can get at max from a USB port is 5 volts, so that wouldn't be suffice. 5 volts to a computer fan would make it, you know, rotate very slowly and not create too much airflow. Okay, so after doing some more research, I came across this thing on the internet, guys. Okay, this thing is friggin' awesome. The technology on this, guys, is unbelievable. If you guys are into any kind of electronic stuff or anything like that, you guys need one of these in your arsenal, okay? So this is called, what's it called? This is called a step-up converter, okay? So let's go through how USB works, okay? So when you plug something in through USB, a car charger, phone charger, whatever kind of phone car charger you have, or a computer charger you have, or anything coming out of USB has 4 wires inside of that wire, okay? Now 2 of those wires, okay, are for data, so they're just for like syncing, like say you want to, you know, put some sort of application on your phone, or if you wanted to add music to your phone or something, pictures, take pictures off. So 2 of those 4 cables are for data, okay, so for data syncing and for, you know, taking images off your phone and putting them onto, you know, a PC, for example. But the other 2 wires within that gang of 4 are actually their power wires, okay, but they're only 5 volts, okay, but there is power there. So I'm like, okay, so let's put it through the USB. But what I figured out was, you know, 5 volts on a computer fan would make it, you know, rotate very, very slowly. So after doing some research, I found this is called a step-up converter, okay? So what this does, this little piece of technology, alright, which is amazing actually. I don't even know how it works, but I think it's amazing. So you plug this in USB on this side, okay, to any USB device, okay. So we already established that it's 5 volts USB. All USB is 5 volts. So what this does is it steps up the voltage from 5 volts, and then on the other end it outputs 12 volts. Unbelievable, eh guys? So if you put 5 volts in it, somehow within these components here on this board, okay, which is not much on there, guys, it steps it up to 12 volts, which I think is phenomenal. Honestly, I think that that's excellent technology. So the 12 volts, okay, was suffice enough to power both of these fans and at like a high speed, you know, for airflow. You know, so I bought a couple of these off eBay. Okay, these were only, I don't know, I think they were like $3 each, but you can see in the back here, let's see if we can get a nice, there we go, nice zoom in there. So it says DC in 3 to 6 volts, and it says out 5 volts, 9 volts, and 12 volts. So if you put 3 volts in, you're gonna get 5 out. If you put, you know, 4 volts in, you're gonna get 9 volts. If you put 5 volts in, you're gonna get 12 volts. Okay, so I don't know how it amplifies it, but I did put a multimeter on the other end of this thing, and it was a true 12 volts. It's just like unbelievable. So I have 2 of these on these setups. I have one here, okay, and the other one is there, okay. See it right there? So this one over here, okay, is running all the 12 volt LEDs, okay, on the buttons, okay, all of those guys, one of those. I was gonna put everything on one, but I thought it would be a little bit overloaded, okay. I didn't know if it would heat up, and I did test it, and it wasn't getting hot or anything, but I said if I split the load, it'd probably be better. So this guy right here is running the 2 fans that I've added, okay, and the other one over there is running all the 20 push button LED. So yeah, I figured to do it like that, and you know what guys, these are freaking awesome. $2-3 off eBay, you know, and it saved me from splicing in wires on my power supply here. Like it's phenomenal. Great technology, guys. Step up converter. And I did a little bit of cable management here. I wrapped up some of the cables, and that gang of 4 box is totally populated, and yeah, she's looking pretty good. And I did find a place to mount the amplifier right there. There's the amp, so perfect right there. Okay, and yeah, hold on a sec. Let me get a light on this so I can show you guys a little bit better on what I did here. Alright guys, so here's the inside of the Bartop arcade. Okay, so some new additions is the PC here. Okay, it doesn't look like a PC, but this all over here and this is a PC. I wanted to, you know, so when you open up the box here, the back of the actual cabinet, that you didn't see an actual physical PC. That was my goal, and I was able to do that. So you can see the motherboard back there, okay? And what else do we got? We got the power supply here. I did save the DVD drive. Here's the power supply. I saved the DVD drive and it works still, okay? Then we got the 250 gig hard drive here, which is more than enough, and everything is rock hard, hot glued down, okay? Now, this helps a bit, you can see it. Okay, so you can see the fan. I had to kind of specially mount this fan here and hot glue it down. Same with this fan on top of the heatsink of the processor. The CPU chip underneath there. So yeah, everything's running good. Everything's running cool. Okay, you can see the motherboard there. Or, you know, the CD drive is covering a lot of it, but you can see that. So yeah, so these guys are really cool. These guys light up blue LED, which is really cool. Okay, and you can see how I wired them up there. They come along and they meet together. The top and the bottom are met together, and they meet up on that switch right there. See that switch right there? Right there. See that switch? So that one switch up top there, it actually controls both. Actually, no, sorry. The fans are directly wired into the PC. Yeah, that's right. So that top switch there controls the actual 12 volt LED lights for the push buttons that we use for the to actually control the arcade. So yeah, sorry about the shaky camera, guys. So that's all it is there. Everything's all hot glued in there, and it's not moving. Nothing's moving. you know, you can see I went a little bit heavy on the hot glue there. You can see right there. So, but I wanted to make sure that this thing wouldn't move around. Okay. This was a bit of a trick. To put the heatsink on the processor, I first had to remove it, and anyone who works on PCs, they know that this normally is enclosed or held down with physical mechanical screws. So what I had to do is remove that, apply some new thermal paste, because the old stuff was all chalky and it was all dried up. So I put some new thermal paste, and what I did was I gave it some dabs of hot glue around it, and it's on there good. She ain't gonna move, you know. I'm not worried about that falling off at all, that's for sure. Okay, and you can see some of the wire management I did here. You can see some of the zip ties I put in here. Okay, you can see the amplifier here that runs everything. Now I wanted to put this outside, like where it's more easily accessible, but you know what, it doesn't take much to reach behind the cabinet to turn the volume knob up here. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much that in the back. There's nothing left of that PC. That PC's been totally stripped completely. Okay, so yeah, the on-off button was another trick too as well, because I had to find a switch that was somewhere on this board here. Okay, there was an on-off switch, so I had to solder in the back of there. And you know what, I was going to ditch the DVD drive, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to have it. And actually, it was actually good that I left it on there, because I had to install a program in order to get the internet with this wireless adapter that I have. So I actually did that last night to do some updates, just to make sure that the computer was updated, and that worked perfectly, because without that I wouldn't have been able to do the updates. So yeah, so that's it. Nice clean install here of all the components here. Okay, there's a lot of room in here still. Okay, now I could have bought some extensions, and I could have put this, you know, let's say up here or somewhere, or you know, all that kind of jazz. So you guys want to see the way she looks when everything's turned on from the back here? Alright, hold on a sec. Okay guys, so this is the unit all closed up here. Okay, so I made it very simple here. They're all wired up, so once I press this button, this light of the LED fan should go turn on, as well as the fans as well. So you can see that starts right up right away. Same with the bottom fan. So it's keeping that beautiful blue hue that the buttons have as well. So everything's nice and clean. Just needs a bit of a wipe down with some sawdust. It needs a wipe down because of the sawdust, because of drilling the holes inside the cabinet and that. And those are completely center, okay? And yeah, so those look very nice. Alright, so I'll show you when we flip the switches what happens. Okay, so the first switch, okay, are all the buttons there. They're all illuminated with that switch. Okay, except for that one right there. Okay, I have to change a bulb. They're sending me some replacement bulbs. Where is it? Right there. Okay guys, so that's off the first switch there. Alright, and then the second switch, obviously you guys seen, is the marquee light. So you can see how she looks like that. Okay guys, so yeah, all the switches are done and everything's all hooked up properly here. Okay, so you can see that we could shut the marquee light, the other light, and to power off the system, all you have to do is press this button, and she's totally powered off. Yeah, I just wanted to give a bit of an update here. Guys, I actually did take a video of me doing all of this work, but for some reason it didn't save, so I honestly apologize for that, guys. There's a mess behind of lights and tools all over the place, guys, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update video of what's going on here, okay? So yeah, we're gonna wait till that light comes in, and then you know what, we're gonna set it up. We're gonna set up a nice tripod for the camera here so it's not all shaky, and we're gonna go through some of the games and the emulator that I'm using to run Mame itself, and let's see how she runs. Okay guys, want to thank you guys very much for watching episode number 7 of the Bartop build. Okay, I think it's coming along very, very nicely. Everything works. Now I've tried it out, everything works very good. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, and yeah, the next video, you guys will be able to see it working. Alright, this is Retro Pro Frank, and I'm out. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and press the like button below. you guys can leave some comments below in the comments section of the video. Please share this video on Facebook pages to your friends and family, as well as if you guys like this video, please subscribe. This is Retro Pro Frank. Thanks for watching. I'm out.